Hey, good evening. What's up, everybody? Good evening. Good evening. It is Thursday. It is Thursday. Welcome in. Welcome in. Y'all come on in. My apologies. I am 4 minutes late. Um, Working on that. Working on being more punctual. But we are here. We are here and we're gonna get started. Um, let's see. Let's see. Let me check in with my people and make sure all things are a go. All things are going. Hope you guys had a great day, a wonderful day. I had a pretty good day. It was a productive day. Um, it was a productive day. Had to do some things to get ready to go see my parents to make sure they're all good. So, welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello, I'm Donna. Welcome to the Real Life Relationship Growth Platform. Um, y'all know me, I don't care what you call it, as long as you are here and hanging with me on Thursdays. I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate you all taking the time to love and support and be a part of this place, this platform, this thing we got going on. So today is Thursday. Today is Thursday. Y'all know what we do every Thursday. Every Thursday, technically, unless there's something going on, and I always try to let you guys know what's going on when I'm not going to be here, when me and the crew aren't going to be here. But technically, every Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Real Life Relationship Growth is here in our wonderful topics that some of you send and some topics that we as a family and as a group come up with that we think will be very good for us to talk about and lean into and focus on, because at the Real Life Relationship Growth we are about just that, building and growing healthy relationships. Now, I gotta say this, I say this every week, every time. I am not a relationship expert. I'm just a black woman in this world, living this life, doing a damn thing, and enjoying myself in the process. I have had some ups in life. I have had some downs in life. And those things, I choose to keep those good things and throw those bad things away. Although bad experiences in our life, they can hang around. They can hang around, but I'm trying my best not to allow those bad experiences to make up who I am. So, take the bad, learn from it and throw that stuff away. Throw it away. Take the good, keep pulling on it, keep sharing it, keep giving it, and loving on others and helping them. That's what we're about here. That's what we're about here. Now, this is the criteria for you to be a part of this family. Y'all ready? This is the criteria. And I need y'all to listen up because I need y'all to know if y'all in the right place. You have to be single, dating, courting, married, divorced, or widower. If any of those apply to you, raise your hand. A couple of them apply to me. So, if any of them apply to you, that means you are in the right place. You are in the right place. Yes. So, tonight, we're going to make this simple tonight, y'all. We decided, let me bring the we on, cuz y'all know me. Y'all know I love family, I love friends, I love togetherness, I love sharing and spreading things, spreading joy and information. Let me tell y'all this something real quick. I sent a message out. Um I sent a message out um the other night. Came across a message, was on Facebook, and it was talking about black men and erectile dysfunction and ED and diabetes. And I went down my list of family and friends, and I sent it to all the men. I sent it to a lot of men. Y'all, they had me cracking up. Men and their egos. Yeah, some of them was like, yo, this ain't my issue. Why you send this to me? I had to go back and say, this is me sharing with a black man. This is me sharing with a black man. Share it. share it. That's all it was. That's all it was. But the brothers was like, hold up. I ain't even trying to get in your business like that. I don't even want to know. That's not my business. But I saw something that gave some really, really good information because that's what we about. Really good information. And I hate to say it, our black men, I think men in general have issues with going to the doctor for some reason or whatever. Some, not all, some. But um when I find things that I can share with the brothers, I want to spread that. I want to spread that joy and that information, because a lot of our brothers suffer in silence. I guarantee. I guarantee. Let me not get off topic. Let's get on topic, right? So let me bring my peoples on, my crew on, my people that if they were not for them, I could not do this like I do it. And I appreciate them as always. Ladies first, I gotta bring my girl on, Miss Corey B.
Hey.
Hey sis.
Hello.
How
How
are
are
you?
you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Very good.
I'm good. We were talking about that pollen a little while ago. You are in, tell everybody where you are again.
I'm in Maryland.
You in
I'm in
Maryland.
Maryland.
And she said a
And
pollen is just as thick
yes, it is.
in
You come
Maryland.
out and your car is green or yellow or some mixture of the two. Yes,
Ugh, a
it's the
mess.
worst.
A
Yes.
mess. So yeah, it catches me every once in a while, but thankfully I don't have too many allergy
Mm.
issues. But my people do. So I gotta make sure my babies are taking their allergy medicine. My babies are taking their allergy medicine.
Hmm. Hmm. Yep. Yep.
All right. And speaking of, I always say Corey is the right hand. This gentleman here, Mr. Tony, is the left hand. Let's bring Mr. Tony on. Hello,
Hey,
sir.
Donna. How are you? Hey, Corey.
Hey, Tony.
Hey.
You guys look
Let me
wonderful.
let me
Thank you,
change
sir.
the thank you. Let me change the orientation here. I like us like this.
Yeah.
As
I like
opposed to the
that.
side by side. I like this one a little bit better. So y'all said we good. We shared across Facebook and YouTube is doing well, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
YouTube is up.
All right. All right. So, those of you who are on Facebook, there's a link that has been shared in the chat. Please go. Please click on that link and come over to YouTube. We want to all be on one side. We want to be on the YouTube side of things. Now, we do have one more brother coming in because he has joined the admin side of the family. Um, he's handling some business right now, my brother King. And as soon as he's available, he's gonna pop in with us. He's gonna pop in with us. All right. Let's get this thing started. So you know what? Let me do this. Y'all kind of chat amongst yourselves for a second. I need to flip over. I know you guys can still hear me and see me,
Hmm.
but I need to make sure this is going across. Ooh, and I meant to do this and I did not have time, so I apologize. I want to make sure this stream goes across to my personal. It usually pops up on my personal page, and
Which one?
I am
On
not
Facebook?
seeing it. Yeah. Okay.
What I
There it
saw.
is.
That's what I saw.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's what you saw? Okay.
Hmm.
So
That's
let
why.
me share it across.
That's where I went and
Let
put
me.
the link in.
Okay. Perfect.
Hmm.
Thank you so much. Y'all see what I mean? If it were not for these two, I'd be, I'd be all over the place.
You be doing the
'Cause
darn thing like you've been doing the darn thing.
but
Hmm.
you know what? Some things it feels so much better to have people um with the same type mindset and focus and birds of
Hmm.
a feather.
Flock together.
We flocking. We flocking. We flocking. All right. All right, y'all. So let's get going with this thing. The volume should be down.
Mm.
There it is. All right. Um let's get going with this thing. So, our topic tonight, thought about what our topic could be for tonight because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I got a lot going on right now. Y'all just say a prayer for my parents. Just say a prayer for my parents. Got a lot going on right now. So, thank you, Tony. So I was debating whether we were gonna go live tonight.
Mm,
And the mister was like, do your thing. Do what you normally do. Let's keep some normalcy going on.
hmm
And I appreciate him for that thought, for saying that, because he's right. I needed to be on here tonight. Need to be on here tonight. All right. So we decided tonight our topic is not so specific. Is not really specific. It is a Q and A with the admins. It's a Q and A with the admins. Um, so what we're going to do is we kind of came together today and yesterday, and we chose the topics that we had discussed previously, um, that we wanted to kind of come back on, and talk about or whatever. I don't know why the screen resolution is this way, but we're not gonna worry about it. A few topics that we enjoyed previously. So we went through and we chose. And what we're going to do is we're going to individually kind of bring those topics back up. Now we have the dates that those specific topics were discussed on you can go to YouTube. Please go to YouTube, subscribe while you are there. Um, we're gonna bring those topics back up, and we'll let you know what date, where you can find the title and the date of that specific topic. um and you can go back and watch, and you can still comment. It'll still pop up and make me aware that you're commenting and still enjoying that discussion. So we are going to start with, you know what, Corey, let's start with you.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, let's start with you. What which one did you choose? What was your topic title?
Okay, picture it. Sicily, 19th. I'm joking. Okay. Okay. So we're going to go back to 2024. It's
Mhm.
February 6th, and it's your fault.
Mm.
Yes, it is. It's definitely your fault. So this is one of my favorite. This might be my favorite series. And
Okay.
we've had a whole bunch of good ones. And I don't really have favorites, but part of the reason this might be my favorite is because of the folk involved.
Mhm.
It was the
Mhm.
OG crew. I
The
miss y'all so
OG
much. If you
crew.
watch it, I miss y'all so very much.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
need to tap in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the It's Your Fault series, it was just a series of every Thursday we did a scenario and we talked about it. We made a whole bunch of inferences that weren't there. Topics came out of it. It was great because here's just this basic scenario. So one of them, the one I chose, well, I chose the series, but the one that popped up, there was a man and woman, a husband and wife, and they agreed to bring home dinner. I think the wife was supposed to bring the dinner. Either way, one of them was supposed to bring dinner home, and they
Mhm.
both arrived empty-handed. And the one blamed the other. Well, you should have reminded me. Well, you shouldn't have said you were going to do something you weren't going to do. I don't exactly
Mhm.
remember the whole thing, but oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. I remember when we first brought it up, it was like, well, that's it. It was like, yeah. And oh, that was enough. Oh boy, please go back and watch the It's Your Fault series. Please. It
Mhm.
is entertaining. It is eye-opening. It is there are plenty of lessons to be gleaned from that.
Mhm.
So one of the things I enjoyed in that topic was communication. I know we've been hitting that communication button for a long time. By the
Yeah.
way, touch
Yeah.
the like, get involved, and share. Touch the like right now if you have not already. Touch that like button. So I wanted to ask you guys just really quickly, when we're
Mhm.
talking about communication, there that can go a whole bunch of places. Where if someone says communication, thinking about the scenario where one person was supposed to come home with dinner. Let's say it was you and you did not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that a communication issue? Is it oh, I forgot, my bad, let's just order something else? What what, what do you think when communication pops up with that scenario?
Yeah. So if you don't mind, Corey, I want to add a little bit to that
Okay.
because remembering because and I'm trying to go through what was the dates again?
It was
The Your
February
Fault series.
6th, February 6th.
Let's see. I'm
And
trying
it's
to go
funny.
to it because
Yeah,
I want y'all to.
Thursday. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want them to be able to go back and watch the series. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We were supposed to do 4.
And we were
Y'all,
on for a minute.
we did. There are 8 episodes
Yep.
Wow.
in
Yep.
the It's Your Fault series.
I told y'all we had a good time. At least I did. I don't know about
Oh,
everybody
we
else.
all did. Yeah, we even the playing field. We had what was it? 4 women, 4 men. I think, and every night it wasn't the same amount of male, female, but it was always a male or a female representing somewhere. And every night, we had Jimmy from relationship. What was Jimmy's relationship? Real Talk. I think.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And the Husband Show
yeah,
podcast.
yeah. The Husband
And
Show podcast was a part of that,
date
and Date
night.
Night Online with Mark. He was a part of that. Um, it was great. It was great. But yeah, this series started. Jeez. Oh wow. I think we
Oh,
had more than 8.
uniquely
Uniquely made.
made. Okay, I was trying to think of
Yeah.
his show name.
Yeah, he was a part of it as well. I'm looking on. Yeah, he was a part of it as well. I'm trying to. What's the date again, Corey? I'm sorry, because it's not
February
popping out
6th.
for me.
February 6th.
February 6th. Okay, February 6th, 2024.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all go back, and I realized today they're like 106
Oh,
videos.
that's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah, with their on the platform, they're like 106. But around February, about that time,
Mm-hmm.
when y'all go back into the lives, y'all will see it, the series, and that thing went on and on. But in this particular one that Corey is talking about, it was pretty much topic titled "Expectations Without Communication." Having an
Okay.
expectation without communication. You remember that, Corey?
No, but
You don't remember that?
I remember that one, and the other one I also love was The Ring. You remember that one
The Ring?
where he asked her to marry her in the car, and she's like, "It's been 10 years. You ain't taking me to dinner or nothing."
Yes. Yeah, man. When I say y'all have to hit this series.
Wow.
But let's
Look at Tony. I'm like, wait a minute.
Been waiting 10 years, finally gets asked, but it wasn't the right
in the car.
way.
And she
Wasn't
said
In the car.
no. They broke up.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So to be clear, y'all, we literally gave real scenarios.
Yes.
And we discussed it like we were a part of that. Yo, go back and watch the It's Your Fault series. Because it started out like, whose fault is it? Is it the man's fault? Is it the woman's fault?
Mhm.
Yo, but this particular one Corey is talking about, we honed in on expectations without communication.
Mhm.
And expecting a person to read your mind, expecting a person to know what you're feeling and what you're thinking. And so many relationships have such a difficult time because pride and ego jump in the scenario, and one person doesn't want to give in and the other person, but you should have known. And I think we kind of went, and I know at some point we talked about being touched by your man and not
Probably.
liking
Probably.
and not saying anything.
Mm.
And this brother moving along like he is the shiznits.
Lying to us.
And lying and but I expect him to know my body. I think that's the dumbest thing. The dumbest thing
Right.
a woman can
We are
say.
not the same. You got to learn each individual. and
Learn
and,
your
and
person.
train yourself to them. But
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. But I do. I think that's the dumbest thing a woman can say. And I don't know if men say this, but we always put certain things on based gender with, kind of gender bias on certain things. Um, but I've heard women say it before. Well, he should know how I like this and how I like that. For real?
I haven't heard that, but
Did you tell him? You never heard that?
I haven't
Oh
heard that.
man.
How long you been with me? You don't know? You don't know me?
Right.
You don't know me by
Right.
now?
Now I've heard that. You don't know me by now.
You don't know
Same
me?
thing.
You should
Yep.
know that. You know.
Yep. Yep. Do
But
y'all,
see,
so
I
let's
think that's.
ask.
But see, I
Let's
feel like that's
ask.
a communication thing.
Yeah, let's ask. Is that realistic? You've been knowing me. We've been together for 10 years.
Come
You
on.
don't know me.
Come
Is
on.
that realistic?
I mean,
I feel like
okay, so I'll put it to you this way. You've been on the job 10 years, but you don't know your job.
Oh,
You don't know what you're supposed to do every day.
okay.
You
Okay.
know, now granted, new things come in and you got to learn those things, but
Mm-hmm.
10
Mm-hmm.
years, man, you should know. Now, not everything has to be communicated verbally. It can be
Mm-hmm.
communicated non-verbally,
mm-hmm.
but you need to be receptive to what that person is saying and not saying. But I want to go back to this read your mind stuff because
Yeah.
the times that I've read a woman's mind, it didn't work. It only works for certain things. And I want to know from you two ladies,
Okay.
when do you want a man to read your mind? And when do you not want him to read your mind?
Me, I want you to read my mind when I've told you over and over and over
But
something.
that's not reading your mind, though.
No. What no, what I mean by that is if I told you something over and over and over that I like or that bothers me or whatever, and I see no action from you regarding those things without saying it, like I've laid the foundation, I've
Right,
told you.
right.
But when I find myself having to tell you again and again and
Or
again
every time. Or
within
every,
reason,
yeah.
yeah, we talking about we mentioned kind of like 10 years in, 5 years in. That's a different thing than being new. But after that foundation has been laid, Tony, I want you to read my mind. I want you to if I'm moving a certain way or acting a certain way, if I look at you a certain way, I want you to read my mind.
Yeah. So you don't want me asking you a bunch of questions. What's wrong? Is there something wrong? Yeah, you just messed up and you don't know you messed up.
Listen, if you do something and a woman looks at you like this, the worst thing you can do is, what's wrong?
What's wrong?
But then the woman says, you don't know what's wrong? You should know what's wrong because you should have read my mind.
So okay.
Not,
Corey, I'm gonna let you answer because
Yeah.
Tony asked the question. I'm gonna let you answer. What
You
you
ask the
think?
question one more time, Tony.
So the question is, when do you want your man to read your mind, and when do you not want him to read your mind? Or do you want your man to read your mind all the time?
No, I don't want him to read my mind at all. Here's why. Because I'm going to tell you everything I want. I'm a shoot straight from the hip kind of person most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Most of the time.
Most of the time. And when I'm not, it's only because I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Because shoot from the hip doesn't mean it's like, I don't like that. That's ugly. That's not shoot from the hip. I mean, yes,
Right.
it's straightforward, but we don't have to hurt feelings to be honest. We don't have to hurt
Exactly.
feelings to be real. That's what
Right.
people say, oh, they're so real. No, they're so jerky. They're jerky.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can say things. But for me, if I'm not straightforward, it's because I'm trying to figure out the way to say it that I think you would appreciate and still receive what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
I'm going to tell you everything I need and want. I'm going to tell you.
There it
I'm
is.
going to tell you. And I'm going to keep telling you. And I'm going to tell you and tell you and tell you because that's what I really want.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to read my mind. You don't have to. Now, if I say, It's been 5 years. You should know me by now. It's because I've told you repetitiously.
Right.
I'm tired
There
of
it is.
talking.
Yeah.
You don't have to read anything. I told you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't have to read
Yeah.
my mind.
Ain't nothing to read. You already, it's
You
there.
already know. At this
Yeah.
point, you're just choosing not to. You're doing what you want in spite of what I'm asking. At that point, do you really care?
He doing what, Corey? He doing what?
What he wants.
What he wants.
Oh, what he wants.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a secret, man. This is about men. Sometimes you do have to tell us more than once. Paula and I have this thing where if she's talking to me and I'm not looking at her, I told her, I said, man, I may get it, I may not. I mean, it's probably a 50-50 chance. If I'm not looking at you, if you walking away from me talking, odds are I'm not receiving it.
You're looking at her butt. I get it, right?
Well, you just, men have to be refocused. So if you really want us to know something, you got to tell us at least more than once. Now, I'm not saying you should tell us 10 times.
Yeah.
Many times. That's ridiculous. But more than once. Now, I've heard women say, well, I told you what I like one time. And it was around a bunch of people and a lot of action was going on, or we were watching a movie and you just said, oh, I like this kind of potato chip. I want this kind of drink. And you're like, man, I'm watching a movie. I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
So should a woman, so this is a question for the women. Should a woman know when her man heard what she said?
Oh.
Here's what,
That's a good question.
Because we're talking about communication.
Yeah.
I don't know. But this is the teacher in me. When you're in front of a bunch of people, like let's say you're in front of 30 people, it's highly likely that all 30 are not going to be listening at the same time. Somebody's going to miss something, even if it's a little bit. So that's how you should probably approach the one person you're dealing with. Make sure that they have your attention, because I'm the same way. If I'm not looking at you, I might not hear you, especially if I'm doing something and I'm focused. I might not hear you.
Right.
However, if you call my name, Corey, yes, I'm looking at you. Then you say what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, I also think that you got to know your man. And this is where paying attention to each other is important. Know your man, know your woman. You can tell when they don't get something. You can tell when they're not paying attention. You should be studying them. You should be studying them like you're studying for a test that determines whether you're going to be happy for the rest of your life or not.
Yeah.
Study that person.
Right.
And when you look at them and say, hey, I don't know, I like pole dancing in the pale moonlight. If they're like, oh, look, a bird, they're not paying attention. You gotta pay attention. And get their attention in ways that interest them. So maybe you got to stand in front of them naked and jiggle a little bit. And then maybe they'll be like,
oh.
And then I'm not going to hear it.
And then they really lost. Really lost. Corey, you done messed it up right there.
You done messed up.
Greg is like, huh?
Because we're visual, that's not going to work. But again,
but you know what? I'll tell you what works.
Focus.
What Greg does.
Make sure they're focused.
I'll tell you what Greg does to me. He pays attention to my reaction, and I just figured this out. And he could tell me if I'm right or not. If I talk about something and I'm excited about it, he's like, okay, all right, I got you. And I won't know. I'll just be talking like, oh my gosh, because last week when we did he's like, oh, what? That's crazy. Cool. And then he pops up and I'm like, dude, where'd you get this idea from? I didn't forget because I was in the moment. But he's listening.
Right.
He's listening. He knows.
He's paying attention.
He knows, attention. Yeah.
He also knows that you express yourself, your face. You can't hide. So he knows he can read your face.
Yeah.
Or those nonverbals.
And that tells you so much. This man really cares because he's really listening. Even if he like, I don't know what the hell is she talking about.
Kind of like
I,
Pop-Tarts and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Like
Pop
Pop-Tarts.
Tart.
What, like Pop-Tarts, like you don't know really what they are until you bite into them? Is that what you mean?
Not at all, but it's okay.
No. Cody wasn't paying attention, Corey.
Pop-Tart.
And look, Greg put, you're right. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Come
Okay.
on.
Okay.
Greg,
I
you're
love
right.
it.
Oh, that's Stu. Okay. I've been calling him
He's
Stu.
like, oh, that's Stu.
Greg.
Jesus, Stu. Yeah.
That's Stu. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
gotta have their name. Tell us their names, man.
Yeah. So yeah, do that for us, please. If you're on YouTube, because you're at whatever is coming up, just when you make a comment, if you could type your name in, if your name is not a part of your profile, on YouTube. So Tip, I'm gonna go back to what Tip said because I don't move past it. She said it was already communicated. We're going back to the
initial
the
scenario.
initial
Mm-hmm.
expectation without communication.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
Tip was like, it was already communicated, which it was. Why did she need a reminder? And why did she place blame instead of taking accountability? So, yes, it was communicated. Secondly, when we talked about it, we discussed all the things that come at you
Mm-hmm.
in the process of the day,
Of a day.
right? It is very possible that she did forget. And I think
That came
Cortland,
up. Yep.
yeah, I think Cortland mentioned that something had happened and now she's being emotional because something bad had happened. You know, it wasn't enough to kill the whole day. But so it came down to Tip. What it came down to was somebody saying, you know what? Ooh, and it's right where we are. You know what? My baby usually don't forget stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We did talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And normally she'll bring dinner, or if she can't bring dinner, she'll communicate and talk to me. So it really kind of came down to like
Knowing your person.
knowing your person.
Yep.
Knowing
That
your
was
person.
us. Knowing
Would
your
you
person.
respond and react because she forgot? Because now we rolling on, we coming on to Tony. We coming on to Tony. Are you reacting that way because she forgot to bring dinner? But if she flipped out on him, I think we kind of mentioned if she flipped out on him, then
Come on, Tip. That's my girl.
if she
love you some Tip.
if she flipped out on him, then yes. She, we can't applaud people for bad behavior. We can't applaud people for bad behavior. But I think in this scenario, what we were talking about, I think he could have said, "Hey, babe, what's wrong? You all right? I realize that you forgot. That's usually not you. And then now you flipping out on me. You need a minute. Like so many times we feel like when people come at us negative, we gotta respond in like
With
manner.
that same energy, right?
Nah.
So I'll say this. So I'll probably get beat up for this, but men are fixers. So the fix was, oh yeah, okay, you forgot dinner. So what are we gonna do? I mean, let's go out, or let's go call up. What do you guys call when you need something to eat?
That would be a fix.
DoorDash.
Yeah. That would be a fix. The
But
all
once
end
you-
of that would definitely.
So
Go
I
ahead,
would
sir.
argue. So if I make it about my wife messing up, what do I gain? I still don't have dinner. And now
Yeah.
I got a mad wife,
Hungry.
a
And
hungry
you gotta
mad
sleep with her.
wife,
Woo!
and
we
I
know
still don't
hungry
have
not
dinner.
good.
And I still don't have dinner, and I ain't gonna be getting no dessert. So
Ah!
maybe I just need to fix this So
Yeah.
my point is sometimes when something doesn't go right, that's not the time to bring it up
There you go. I
because
like that.
everyone's gonna get emotional and you're trying to be that control. So why push that button? And then once the button goes off, then you mad because you pushed it.
Mm.
Mm. Mm.
People make
Yeah.
mistakes. I
Yes,
mean,
they do.
I've made plenty of
Ain't
mistakes,
none of us perfect.
but I
Mhm.
don't really want to be reminded that I made a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's the big thing. You get
Right.
reminded of something. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. And then you're making a big deal because I'm not accepting responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Now I do have a solution. In my house, we all have different diets, so we don't rely on anyone to eat. We only
Mm.
rely on ourselves
Okay.
because we don't eat the same things.
Same
That makes
thing.
sense.
Yeah.
I mean, our
Yeah.
diets are drastically different. So that works, but that works for us. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that's going to work for everybody, but
Mhm.
I don't rely on my wife to cook. I didn't marry my wife to be a cook. I married my wife for many other things.
Hey.
Come on
And when
now.
I started
Come on
seeing my
now.
wife stress, and this is where we're being real.
Mm-hmm.
I would watch my wife trying to prepare 3 different meals because we all have different diets. There's 3 of
Mhm.
us. My wife, myself, and my son,
Mm-hmm.
and our son. So her stressing was worse than me having to get fix my own food. And
Wow.
again, I'm not saying that that's but if I'm learning my person, then I got to see she's stressing out, and that's not going to be good for me. My wife being stressed is not going to be good for me.
Right.
So I'm going to fix it. And what we agreed on was okay, we'll just be responsible for our own our own food.
Okay. Okay. So question, even though you're responsible for your own food, do y'all eat together still? Or it's determined who
Um,
fixes there?
sometimes we don't sit around the dinner table,
Mm-hmm.
all of us, because well, really our favorite place to eat is not in the kitchen or the dining room.
Yeah.
It's in our bedrooms,
Yeah.
and that's just the way we are. So um, we fix, and then we fix food when we're hungry. So if
Yeah.
I'm hungry, I just fix my food.
Got it. Got it.
But that works for us.
Right.
That's not going to work for everyone. We don't have young kids, so everybody
Yeah.
grown and they can fix their own stuff.
Yeah.
Um, Now, when it comes to well, who gets the food?
Okay. 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 So you do the
So
shopping to get the food.
in most cases, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Now with with the son, uh, he's old enough to where I'm like, hey, no, you can go to the store.
Yeah.
You know when you're going to the store,
Mhm.
and we're gonna pay for it, but at the same time, I'm not going to the store for your
To
little
get yourself.
snacks because you
Yeah.
ran out of a snack. Now, if I'm
Yeah.
going to the store and you need something, tell me. But so maybe
Mm.
we're not a traditional family in that regard. Uh,
Whatever works for y'all.
but
Whatever works for
going
y'all.
back to learning their person, my wife doesn't
Yeah.
like food shopping, so
Yeah.
I don't mind food shopping. And I've learned her enough to where now I take pictures of her food that she likes, so I get the
Mhm.
right stuff. So I don't have to call her every 5 minutes. But I
So
still
Tony,
call her.
let's
I still
let's
call her. I still
yeah,
call her.
let's flow into yours, Tony, because this is great because we actually flowing into it. So Tony, what was yours? What was yours? Tony didn't actually have one of the topics that we spoke of, but he kind of did though, because there's certain scenarios and certain things we talked about, um, and that fell into it. So Tony, what was yours?
So we're talking, this is real life relationship growth.
Mhm.
So the thing that we should be doing in our relationships is growing. If we choose to have a relationship, we shouldn't. This is what I always say. There's no such thing as a bad relationship,
Mhm.
because if you're not relating properly, then you really don't have a relationship.
Mm.
So that's my thought. Let me just say that again.
Yeah.
There's really no such thing as a bad relationship, because if you're not relating properly, if you're not growing, if you're not learning your person, then you technically don't have a relationship.
Hmm.
So learning the person is the umbrella for my segment, and it focuses on the relationship. And if I had to choose, a lot of times I see in different relationship groups, whether it's singles or married, people tend to say, okay, give me your top 3 things. What are your top 3 things that are going to help me grow in the relationship that the relationships I'm choosing?
Mhm.
And the first one I would say is, you have to have someone that's outside of yourself, the person that you're relating to. Okay, if it's your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your guy, your girl, you have to have somebody that knows you better than anyone, that you can go to and say, "Hey, man, I need some help.
Mm.
I need some help with that." And the person or the entity that I'm thinking about is the one that created me.
Mhm. Mhm.
He created me. They created me, and they know me the best for me. They know what relationship is best for me.
Yeah.
And so I have to have that person. I have to have that entity that I can go to when Paula and I are not, we're bumping heads. Our personalities are different. I have to be able to go to my creator and say, hey, I need some help.
Mhm.
The second thing is, I'm a big believer in love languages. And there's Gary Chapman wrote a book called The 5 Love Languages.
Mhm.
And you need to know, there normally the person that you're trying to relate to is going to have a primary love language, and then they're going to have a secondary language. It's very rare that somebody has all of them. I mean,
Mhm.
somebody can like all of them, but they're going to have a primary, and they're going to have like a secondary. And then within each love language, I always bring up, you have different dialects. Um, like when you travel the world, anyone who's traveled the world, you can go into different parts of the world. Let's say they all speak Spanish, but they don't speak European Spanish. They speak a dialect. So you have to
Mhm.
know what that dialect is to truly understand uh, the love language. And then the third thing is temperament. You have to know your person. When you're learning your person, what's their temperament? What's their personality? What's really their authenticness? What's driving them? My wife is highly introverted, even though most people don't know that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
probably on the other spectrum of extrovert. So I feed off of people. She does not. She gets drained by people. And so I have to understand my wife, because if I'm trying to relate to her in my temperament,
Mhm.
it's not going to work. And then I've learned that timing, when it comes to temperaments, timing is very important. So generally speaking, most men are more leaning more towards the introvert side.
Mhm.
That's why they're playing games. They're on the game console. They need to be up in a room by themselves where no kids are coming in. They don't want their wife coming in and telling them, asking about how's your day. They just need to recharge. Where I'm going to I see my wife because I haven't seen her. I'm My love language is physical touch.
Yeah.
Just bum rush her, and I'm going to want to touch her, and I'm going to want to talk and ask her all kinds of questions. And she is drained, and she just wants to crawl into her little shell and recharge. And I had to do that. I could not even be in the same room as my wife when she came, when she was drained. And I at first I would go up there and I wouldn't even say a word. I just sit. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I'm trying to be in your presence.
Yeah.
She give me that look. She give me that Corey B look, and I'd be like, "Oh my God,
back
I
out."
can't even be in the same room." I'm trying to get what I want. She's trying to get what she wants, and what we figured out is neither of us was relating. Because, and then this is the connection, I think, to what King wants to talk about, or one of the things he wanted to talk about, is we talked about communication, but if you don't have connection, man, it's just like you just talking. Because if you're not connected, and I guess we could say if we're not relating, then it really doesn't matter. We're not listening. So we need to focus on how to connect. And then when you're connected, then you want to hear what the other person is saying.
The other person is saying.
So when that person speaks, like when my wife speaks, because she doesn't speak that much, I pretty much listen.
Yeah.
Unless it's something I don't like, and then I may listen with one ear. I still get accused of not listening because I talk too much.
Yeah, that's that thing. When we those who are talkers and are going, and the thing is, you weren't listening. Either the one doing the talking is feeling like the one listening isn't listening, or the one that has to listen is like, you're just talking too much. Like, are you really listening? Are you really listening? But I love, Tony, you say it all the time. Know your person, learn your person. Learn your person. I think that's a process that goes on every day for years and years and years. You are always learning your person. You are always learning your person. Now, I mean, everybody knows it at this point because, gave a little introduction. I am in a relationship. I am with someone. And he is very different than anybody else that I've dated or I've been with come to a serious level. He's different. And I tell him every day, you are teaching me so much patience. And he's kind of grounding me. And I told him today, I don't think you realize that you're grounding me, because he has this kind of rough way about himself, but he has this soft, smooth way about himself. And sometimes I sit back and I'm like, dang, I needed that. I needed that. I need these soft and baby, you so fine, and hey, I missed you, and he does all of that because we both like the physical touch thing, and he does all of that. But then he gets his look on his face, and I'm like, I don't like that. But he still shows me within that I'm here. I'm right here. I'm still with you. This is, and I'm realizing, and he's hearing this now, and I'm gonna tell him this. I'm gonna tell him in this moment. I'm realizing it.
Oh, wait a minute.
He must have gave you that
I
look.
just popped up.
He must have gave you that look.
Yeah. I'm realizing that it's all in the package that I need. Let me just say that.
Right.
It's all in the package that I need. We'll talk more about that later, sir. But it is so yeah, knowing
balance.
your person.
Yeah, you need that balance. And see, we sometimes we think we know. Sometimes we no one. I don't think anyone will say I don't know what I need. I think I would say, Tony Fontana would say, you know what you want.
Yeah.
But sometimes what you want is not what you need.
Not what you need.
So
That's
that's
right.
why I say you gotta have that the creator telling you what you need to check yourself, because otherwise you're gonna be wanting stuff that's not good for you, and you're gonna keep making the same decisions, the wrong decisions.
The wrong decisions.
And then sometimes when you get when you find the right person, they're so foreign to you
Yeah.
because
It's
you've been
different.
around all the stuff that you didn't need, that you thought you
Woo.
wanted.
Tease Tony.
And now, and so sometimes you get scared, and then that's when we push away that person that really is best for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I love that because what you just said, Tony. For so long, and we're all adults, and whether we're in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, up and upwards or whatever, we've had different experiences. And I say this at the beginning of every live before we get started. You take that good stuff and you hold on to it, and you throw
Right.
away the foolishness. But sometimes we repeat so much of the foolishness, and we deal with the same type person and the same type person, and it's not until, and I'm not telling anybody who to serve and who to believe in, but I'm with Tony on this one, having to ask God, what am I doing wrong? Why am I pulling and receiving and continue to gravitate to these type men or these type women? You have to find that moment and have that foundation and say, hey, Lord, I don't know what I'm doing. So I need you to direct me and show me and help me. So whatever your belief is, because we're not here to tell you what to believe and who to believe in. But whatever your belief is, grab onto that higher power and ask them to help you and guide you so you can understand and stop making them foolish mistakes.
Mhm.
Are there mistakes after a while, or you just keep going with the same?
At that
Listen,
point, it's
I ain't here
either
to judge because I done kissed some frogs. And I'm not saying they bad men. They just weren't my man. They just weren't my men.
Right.
Weren't
Right.
right for me. They were not right for me. They were not right for me. So knowing your person, where were we? Expectation without
Hmm.
without
communication.
communication. Hmm.
Hmm.
Expectation without communication. King, I don't know if he's going to make it or join us tonight, but we're going to kind of gravitate toward his. And Tony did a little bit, you mentioned it, communication without connection.
Mm.
Without connection. So, what are y'all thoughts? How do you get that connection? Like, how do you know that that connection is where you need to be? Because we just mentioned it. We repeat the same thing sometimes, and it doesn't work out. Um. So, Corey, how did you know? What was the connection? How did
Um,
communication without connection? You're trying to communicate with somebody, it doesn't work out, but now you're in a place, you're in a relationship where, like, bam, this is click, click, click. How did you know?
um, oh wow. Okay. So one of the things was this is gonna sound weird, but Greg would say something. I remember one time he said something, and I was just in shock, not because of what he said, but it was something that I heard before. It was like in a dream,
Hmm.
and I was like, I heard the voice, the way it was said, the words, everything. Um, and I was like, that's interesting because to me, God has communicated with me through my dreams, and He has like spoken audibly to me once,
Mm-hmm.
but usually through my dreams. And I'm like, okay, all right. And then things that I prayed and asked for, here it is in this dude. Like
Mm.
I'm just like, okay. Um, but I was also afraid. I'd never
Yeah.
been afraid before, and I was just like, oh, Ooh, I don't know. This is scary. Something's got to go wrong. This too right. Something has to happen.
Something.
And yeah. Outside
Mhm.
of that, just prayer and talking to him. And actually, when I was tired of being afraid, I'm like, all right, we just let it go. And it's just smooth sailing. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that there aren't differences. There are definitely differences. We're two different people. You know
Right.
what I mean? Coming
But
together, trying to be a couple. So there are things we got to get used to, but the connection, yeah, to the point where um, this might sound odd too, but you can feel when your partner is thinking about you
yeah.
and when they're not.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not just coincidence when you pick up the phone to call them and they're calling you.
They're calling you.
Or yeah, remember you used to have the regular house phone
Mhm.
and you pick up the phone to dial, but there's somebody already on it because they're
Mhm.
calling you.
Mhm.
It's almost like that. Oh, that's our worship alarm. But
Uh-oh.
but we also do things to connect further, like worship. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Things like that. We pray together. We talk. He'll send me messages through work, little messages I'm not expecting. It's so sweet. But yeah, not only is it something I know God has given me, but it's also us being intentional to make sure we're connecting.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Being intentional. You said something, I have to pull it out. You said I was tired of being scared. I was
Mm-hmm.
tired of being afraid. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
girl.
Because you open up and listen, people.
Ooh.
Okay, perfect example. People always expect women to open up and
Yeah.
to baby step men. And the perfect example is like if we get cheated
Mm.
on, we're expected to, well, you can't just put up a wall. Wait a minute. Men do it all the time. And we
Mhm.
make excuses. Well, he's been hurt before. That was
Mhm.
15 years ago, sis. He been a dog ever since. But
Yeah.
for us, we're expected to open up. But
Mhm.
how many times you have to do this? Just in learning people. And that's how some of us are like, listen, it doesn't look good from here. I'm not going to jump into that pool. It just
Mhm.
doesn't look right from here. They're not even, some people are so tired of being hurt, they don't even want to meet folk.
Yeah.
And so it's scary. It
Get
gets
over it.
scary. Being heartbroken and actually taking to the time to get over it and heal takes time.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and who wants to keep on going through it? And then when you finally meet somebody, you're very apprehensive. At least I was.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I will say this: the right man will be able to bring that out.
Hmm.
He'll create such a safe space that you you won't really care. Like you're not even thinking about, okay, am I, is this guy going to be with me for the rest of my life? You just feel so safe that you could just say whatever you need to say. And
Mhm.
I think that brings up another point that sometimes when we enter into a relationship, we're projecting the future.
Mm.
We don't focus on the present.
Mhm.
So we need to focus on the present so that we can get to the future.
Yeah.
But we can't jump to the future. Is this the one? Because we ask ourselves those questions. Is this the one?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know because you're
Yeah.
supposed to learn the person. You
Hmm.
have to
Yeah.
learn the person. So there has to be enough time for you to learn the person.
Yeah.
Now, some people you're going to learn really quick and you're going to realize that's not the right person. But you definitely, to me, a bigger fear for me was God brings me the right person,
Hmm.
Mhm.
but it's not the person that I think that I've been telling myself is the right person.
Hmm.
So they don't fit all the they don't fit all the spaces. And then I end up losing out
Yeah.
on who God
Hmm.
sent to me
Yeah.
because I wasn't dealing in the present. I was looking to the future.
Hmm.
Yeah. I, yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Let's let Tony read what Greg said
All right,
in
hold on.
response. We asked the question about the connection. How do you?
Right, right. So the timing was right for both of us. We had always seen each other and we knew we liked one another, but the timing was never right. When we seen each other last October, I finally took the chance. Oh, that's excellent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Hey, King.
I think a key here is he. He finally took
He.
a chance. So I'm just going to say this. I've said this before. The flower blooms. The flower simply blooms, and the bee comes. The flower don't chase
Mm.
the flower don't chase the bee. The bee comes to the flower.
Bee comes to the flower. Hey, sir, you awfully noisy.
Man, look, my thing was on something, and I was like, "What's going on here?" And then I saw the button said "solo," and I hit the button. Now I can hear y'all.
Hey,
Hey,
how
I've
are
missed so
you?
much. I'm good.
That's okay. That was kind of perfect timing because we just kind of migrated into your one of the topics that you picked.
Oh wow!
Communication without connection is a hit or miss.
Yay!
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so we were talking about that connection. We were talking about how do you get that connection. But since you're here and you picked that one, give
Mhm.
us your thoughts. Why was that discussion one that stuck out to you that you wanted to choose?
Because communication, as we all know, is just ultra important, and if you're not aligned with that person, it's gonna be a miss. But oftentimes if you are aligned with that person, it's going to be a hit, but then there's so many nuances and intricacies in there where you may be aligned and still miss, you may be misaligned and hit. uh
Hmm.
there's and then you have to dig into where each person is individually, collectively, and the noise that's around them that also contribute to their hitting or missing.
Mm.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. So that kind of falls into my thought of allowing people to be human, giving people the room to be human. And knowing that we all have things going on in different ways in different directions. And the fact that we're older, those of us who, we're dating or are dating, single, not married, right?
Mhm.
Um taking the time to give that person a chance to be like, okay, let me give him a minute because I need a minute. Cause I need a minute. Sometimes, so many times we look at people like, oh, they need to kind of be this and they need to kind of be that. But stepping back and saying, okay, I need somebody to give me a minute
Mhm.
because I ain't always easy because I ain't have an easy road, and I'm trying to get off this train. But I need a new conductor to be like, come on, get on this train, girl. This ain't for you. This ain't where you supposed to be. You going the wrong way. It's the wrong line.
You know, when you said allow people to be human, I found that kind of like funny and ironic at the same time, because that takes me to the mindset of uh, meet people where they are. And it's
Yeah.
like, you know, you're human. However, don't over exaggerate that human aspect of you to where you are manipulating the situation.
Yes. Yes. That's right. That's right. Cause what did it say? Fool me once,
Shame
Shame
on
on
me.
you.
Yeah,
shame
Fool
shame
me
on you. Fool me
twice.
twice. Shame on
Shame
me.
on me.
shame on me. Yeah. Cause
Fool
Mhm.
me
I
again, and I'm
told
gonna slap the hell out of you.
yeah. I fully believe in when somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
Believe them.
Yes.
Believe them. And that's you being human. And that's your humanness. And I'm going to
Yeah.
accept that's me allowing you to be human. And it's me being human and taking my humanity over here. 'Cause, yeah, yeah. But having that connection. So yeah, we were talking about King. How do you know you have that connection? And what makes you kind of stay there? You know, how do you know? Like, so I don't know where you are now in your dating life, King, and you don't have to say one way or another, but what makes you know that you have a connection with a woman that says, okay, let me sit here for a minute. Let me sit in this.
Mm.
We asking the hard questions.
That's a good question. I would lean towards if we are like communicating easy without any without pressure, without projecting thoughts on each other, without trying to sideline quarterback what we're thinking, what we're feeling, what we want to say. The conversation just is natural for the two of us, and it's not like pulling teeth to have a conversation, because I know that it's not there if we're having a conversation and I don't feel like talking to you. Like we will talk, but I don't feel like talking to you. We're having a conversation, but it's like I'm keeping it like from the top layer of the skin to the third layer, and we're not going past the fifth layer of skin, because it's like something in there is not, we're not aligning somewhere, and I'm not feeling it, but then that determines of where we are in whatever we're doing. Like when we first meet, we can have conversations that are appropriate for that moment, and it may feel free flowing and all those things, but that's still that newness. Once you get past that newness, the conversation should get a little more personal, deeper, and more intricate. But if at some point they don't progress down that path, then it's like, I guess we're not there. And it's like, all right, well, maybe it's me, maybe it's her, maybe I'm not being vulnerable enough or naked enough, or maybe she's apprehensive about something. So let me not just say, you know what, dead stop, it's not working. Let me make sure that I'm not assuming something, and see where it is. But then you have to give that a time limit to not, waste your time or that other person's time physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Very
Most
good.
definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely. These definitely are tying in well. So King did have a second one, and I don't want to overlook anything that anybody, kind of wants to discuss or whatever. But King, do you want to go to your second one?
I don't know which one is you going to pick as the second one, but I'm good. I go for it.
Okay, so yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, you did. You chose 3, which was
I
great.
know I chose 3, but I don't know which one you're going to call the second one, because I don't remember what order I pulled them up.
Okay, so the second one was, how important is sex to you as a single person? That topic we discussed on September 4th.
Mm-hmm.
And that topic we discussed on that date. What about that one? Was it just a good discussion, or what about that one made you pull that one out?
I think for that one, I think it's a good discussion, but I also think I don't want to say important one. I think it's a curious one, because I have a lot of female friends and we have these conversations, and, to me, sex is important as a single person. But then you have people who say it's not important as a single person because your mind is here, your mind is there. But then you sit there and you have, like, when you have friends and y'all have these conversations and they say sex is not important, and then you listen to the things that they say, and it's like, I thought sex wasn't important to you.
Yeah.
You sit there and say, well, I'm not going to have sex with just anybody. Like, wait, time out, lady. I hear too many women say, I'm not going to have sex with just anybody. We already know that you're not going to do that. So are you saying that to try to obscure that sex is important to you, or is that what you really mean?
That's a communication issue.
It's a what?
That's a communication issue.
Could be.
They're saying one thing, you're hearing something else. You're hearing the words that they're saying, but it doesn't sound like they're saying what exactly they mean. Because sex with anybody, for example, sex is very, very, very important to folk who are abstaining.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's very important. They're not
Yeah.
having it, but it's important to them because they're like, this is important. I don't want to play around with it. I don't want to just. There's
Enough
things
to put a
attached to
title on it
sex,
like that.
right?
Yeah.
So it's important, but
Yeah.
for some people, sex being important implies, or they hear it and they're thinking, "Oh, I need to have sex like 2, 3, 4 times a day."
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's a. Sometimes I think we got to just say, explain what you mean by sex isn't important to you.
That's good.
That's
Might
a
be
good point.
the answer that you're looking for.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because it seems like their minds are automatically drawn to you're saying that I have to have sex because
Right, and
it's important to me.
Yeah, it's not saying that. Like for
Yeah.
me, sex is important, but I don't need to do it 2-3 times a week. Now, if it's there and the opportunity for both parties, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But it's not. I'm not going to need an IV and need treatment if I don't have sex.
Right.
And on the same token, as a woman, it's like I know that sex is not everything, but don't talk to me as if it's not something.
Nothing. Yeah. Because society sometimes, especially, I guess it depends on what your belief factor is and how you're being looked at. For us to downplay something so amazing that God created, why are we downplaying? One thing is high on this, and for those who feel that image means something, and that image does mean something what you think. But I love what you said, Corey. It's either important that I'm keeping it here until that time and that person or whatever, or it's so important that I need it and I want to do it, and I love that. So that's a good question to ask. What important? How? What do you mean?
And it could be because you're a man and you ask the question to a woman. That now I'm projecting what I think you're saying to me. You know what I'm saying?
And it's funny that you say that, because the women friends that I have this conversation with, we don't have to do that, because it's like, hey, we cool enough to have this conversation. Right. Don't think I'm projecting something, and you don't have to respond to me as if I'm projecting something. Like I'm not trying to get your skins. We just having a conversation. I'm cool being in the friend zone. I'm not judging you either way. But when you say, certain things, it's like, well, is it important to you, or are you just like trying to word salad me?
It sounds like deflection to me.
Yeah. what is going on here?
I don't want you to think that it's important to me. Regardless of what y'all relationship is, I'm going to deflect because because I know I want it all the time, but I don't want him to think, or anybody else to think I want it all the time. Yeah,
I'm not going to judge you if you go buy a pack of Franks.
So one thing I've never heard a man say, or I've never heard a woman say. I don't know which way it is. You know how men will say this, man, sex was great, and then we got married, and then it stopped. But I've never heard a woman say, man, the sex was great, and then we got married, and he didn't want to have sex no more.
Wow.
You mean a man didn't want to have sex no more?
Well, he said he's
no. I've never heard a woman say, "Hey, it changed when we got married." Like a man, all of a sudden was, having sex. It was great, and then we got married, and my man don't want to have sex with me.
I've heard women say that before.
Really?
And it's because either the man was cheating, or he did something. Or something happened where she wasn't attracted to him no more, or he wasn't attracted to her. Maybe she got pregnant or something like that.
Okay, I've heard of it.
Yeah, now I could see that. I've heard that before. like after the woman, is pregnant, and we know that that takes a lot out of a woman. I could see where, a man would say, "Oh yeah, I'm not attracted to her," but I'm talking about when you first get
Mhm.
married.
Mhm.
Women say, "Man, men will say." I've heard this a lot. A lot of men say, "Man, we was having a great time, and then I married her. Why did I marry her? Now she don't
Yeah,
want to
she
have
don't want to
sex."
have sex. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that before too, Tony. I get what you're saying, but yeah, I've the opposite way. I've never heard it the
Yeah.
opposite way. I've
Very,
never heard
very
it.
few and far in between that I've heard it, but
Yeah, yeah. That's a whole nother discussion in itself. Uh, why some women do that? She a freak and you get everything and all kind of stuff, and then you know
mm,
some people say it's because she finally she was just trying to get him to marry her. She finally got what she
Mm.
wanted, so now but woo, that's a whole nother discussion.
boy, is it.
That's a whole nother discussion.
Write
But
that
yeah,
topic down.
But it is a wonderful thing.
it is. It's a
Yes, and
wonderful
yes, yes. Kegels, Kegels, Kegels.
thing. As you prepare, as you prepare.
Yes.
So mine was the topic we did. It was August 21st, 25, and it was titled Decisions, Decisions. So
Mm.
I don't know if I'm the poster child now or just an advocate of date as many as you want until you choose, the right one. That's what that discussion was about. Decisions, and I get it's not for everybody. Some people say
Right.
they can't do that. They don't want to give their time and attention to more than one person, and people aren't understanding what that looks like to some degree. um but for me, decisions. um my mom taught us early when we started dating, when we were old enough, and this is really where the foundation of this comes from. When we were old enough, and her and my dad finally said, okay, you can have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, openly. They can come to the house, y'all can do stuff or whatever, whatever, right? My mom taught us, don't jump for the first person you meet.
Mm.
Don't just automatically be like, okay, this, because you're in the process of learning what you even like. You're learning yourself. You're learning what you want. You're learning what you don't want and what you don't like. So it's not something that just came to me as an adult, as a single woman, and choosing to date several men. And I have to say this. I have to say this because some people, and what you choose to do is your choice. That
Mm.
does not mean having sex with every man or every woman that you're dating. It does not mean that. It does not mean that. But she was serious about us understanding what we wanted. That's where that comes from. Understanding what you want and not putting yourself in a place where you're concerned with pouring so much into somebody else and you miss the mark for yourself. And I think that's how so many people tend to get hurt, because they're trying to pour so much into somebody to try to make them
Mm.
be with them and make them be what they want them to be,
Yeah.
that they miss the mark of themselves. So I say it all the time, love yourself. I listen. I'm serious about Donna. I'm conceited about this chick. Ain't nobody better than this chick. Like, be conceited about yourself. And when you're conceited about yourself, nothing that comes along is gonna break you down. Are you gonna be hurt by some things? Most definitely. I've been hurt by some things, but man, and some of y'all know some of the stories, some of y'all don't, but sister should be in a straight jacket. But because um that mindset of loving yourself so much that you focus in the dating stage, You're focusing on what you need and what you want for yourself. And then in that process, when you learn that person, you get that person, that reciprocity kicks in. Cause you're like, not only am I caring about myself, but he's caring about me, or she's caring about me. That's how that thing hits home. That's how that lands, and you're not balled up somewhere in a corner because
Mm-hmm.
it ended, or she did something you didn't expect. He did something you didn't expect. Again, it's not saying that you don't hurt, because we all hurt from things. We all have trauma. We all have things from our past, whether it was childhood or adulthood, that kind of form and fashion. But again, I say this at the beginning of every live, every discussion: do not allow it to make you. Don't let it break you. Just continue on and understand life is life. And if this works out, praise God. If it doesn't, it was not for me. It was not for me. That's the conclusion I come to. If it does not work, whether it's business, personal, if it does not work, because I trust him so much, it just wasn't for me. It was
Mm.
it was not. I ain't gonna be mad at you.
Not at
It
all. Not at all.
was not. It was not. What she say? She said, I am so serious. Lakeisha, that's right, girl. Uh-oh, she put the middle, what? What?
Immaculate.
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 Tawana say her last name for me, Corey.
Maganey Osei.
Osei.
McGaney Osei. That's right, girl.
She put a whole government and hood name on there.
She did.
Mm.
Go and put your social and your bank information so we
Right?
She put all of it up there.
Matter
She
of
put
fact, throw
all
your
of
blood
it.
type up there so I can see if you're good for a transfusion if I need one.
Dang. All of it. I love it.
Or
Hey, Kwame.
organ transplant.
Rare, that too.
Hey, T. Miss Tip, thank you for joining us. Greg and the mouth, Mr. Delano. Yeah, and everybody in the chat and everybody is King. How did things go?
With what? Lovely.
Nice. 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 All right, y'all. Y'all know how we wrap it up. We are going to give everybody a chance to maybe comment or express or whatever they like to do so we can close this thing out. We're going to start with Mr. Tony. Mr. Tony, what you got?
So I repeat myself a lot, but I'm going to say this: you want to relate to someone. You got to love the cake. If you only like the frosting and the sprinkles and the fruit and the filling, and you don't like the cake, then when you finally commit to that, long-term relationship, eventually you're gonna get tired.
Come on, Tony.
Because the cake is what you're gonna end up with.
Mm.
So when you learn in your person, then you got to know what's good for you and what you need. But you got to like that cake. I love my cake. So if the sprinkles fall off,
Yeah.
if there ain't no
Icing melt
filling,
down. Mm-hmm.
and all I got is that core,
It's still sweet.
that's still
Yes.
that's what I
Yes.
got.
Come on, Tony.
That's right. That's right. Love your cake. Nice, Tony. Nice, Tony. Miss Corey B, what you got, man?
Check out the It's Your Fault series. It's really, really good. It's very good. And it was fun. And it's funny. You're going to laugh a lot. You're going to learn a lot. Yes. And as always, do your kegels.
Yes, ma'am. King, what you got?
Man, I came in late to the party, but when Donna says date more than one, don't take it out of context. And when you date with intention, don't overcomplicate it. You can date with intention, dating more than one.
Yeah.
Um, that doesn't mean that you are spreading your legs wide open or spreading yourself too thin. You 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 process so many things in one day. You can deal with dating more than one person, and understand where you are with that in your journey in relationships, life, whatever you're going for.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness. Um, this was
Good.
great. this was this was great.
Yeah, it was good.
She is
Yes.
definitely the queen.
This was great, y'all. This is great. I like that. I like the idea. I like that we did this. I like that, we brought some things back and we diversify your portfolio.
Yep.
Okay.
I love it.
Yes. Kwame, I like that.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Diversify your portfolio. Most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah. So again, I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate. I'm gonna teach it. I'm gonna say it. I believe it. Decisions, decisions. Make your decisions based on what you need and what you want. Be selfish with yourself when you're single.
Mm-hmm.
Be selfish with yourself when you're single, because that may sound crazy, right? Be selfish. But if you do that while you're single, once you get into that relationship, you focus. You know what it is. You know how to receive it. You know how to give it. Because reciprocity is real. So,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. So
Very
clear
nice.
the roster. When you clear the roster, you clear the roster.
Refresh.
Yeah,
Yep.
yes.
Just like that little thing on your browser. Refresh.
Refresh.
Open
That's
as
right.
many
And
or as
still
few
be
tabs as you
intentional.
want.
That's right. Yeah. And Kwame said it. But you still be intentional. You
Mm-hmm.
are still being intentional. If you still don't get it, if it's not really processing, call me. We'll break it down. We'll talk about it.
Hmm.
We'll talk about it. Was literally having this conversation in the parking lot before joining. So share this video with whoever you were talking to. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Refresh. All right.
Refresh.
Refresh.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. So listen, we have another series coming up.
Uh-oh.
Surprise! Corey, guess
Hmm.
who spearheaded this series? I just need you to take a second. I'm gonna give you about 5 seconds to
To
guess
to guess who spearheaded.
this series. Who brought this series up? Send
What's
me
the
a
name of the
message.
series?
The it I We don't have a title topic yet. We don't have a series topic yet.
Then
But
how's
just
she gonna guess?
no. I
She
just
need a
want
clue.
no, not guess off of clues, but I just want you to think of somebody who we hadn't seen in a very long time that's coming back into the fold.
Mm.
Oh, somebody from Husband Show.
No, no, because they still hanging around. Now Vince, they still hanging
Mm-hmm.
around. Their schedules just don't. But I'm talking
Mark
about somebody we hadn't seen. Mark still made little comments here and there. Okay, let's not do this game.
uniquely.
Yes.
Mm.
He was
Yes.
my first guess, but then I
Why
was
you ain't
like,
say it?
I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I know he's got his hands in some other pots. I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So I'm not gonna give y'all too much information on it yet. Um, not too much information, but that was just kind of a little side thing for Corey and those who know Cortland. my cousin Cortland uniquely made. He coming back with a good one. It's nice
Oh
and
Lord.
yeah,
Hmm?
yeah. He been out of pocket for a good minute.
Hold on. What was the thing we used to do with Cortland? Um. Oh, because
So
Cortland was like,
I
it's the
don't know.
woman's fault because.
Oh yeah, because
But it
but
was
yeah,
really
so we do
cool.
have a new
Like,
series coming up, y'all. We're working on it, and probably I want to, let the admin team and everybody know what it's about before I just kind of put it out there. But it is another series, and we probably gonna do about 4 to 6 episodes. But until then, while we get that ready, next week, and I'm gonna create a commercial. I'm gonna create an announcement, and I'm gonna ask some people. So I was talking to Babe, and I was like, you know what? Real life relationship growth is about growing healthy relationships, right? And we talk about so many things surrounding how to do that. But I thought about this, like, we haven't really had a discussion or a show or a live where we talk about how it started. I was watching some videos, and this video came across about this man. He was at the altar and he was boo hooing. He saw his bride coming, and that man could not contain himself.
Oh.
So I need you all, and this is going to be the married folks. I need engaged couples, married couples. I want us to see those wonderful first moments, those engagement videos, those engagement photos, or whatever. We're going to have a night of just celebrating how it all began, how it started.
Mm.
We branch
Mm.
off into everything. It requires that husband, that wife, that man, that woman. It requires that for all of this to happen. So we are next week are going to celebrate. We're going to score. We are going to celebrate how it all started. So I'm gonna be reaching out to some people, but when y'all hear the commercial and the planning, please hit me up. Please share. Please share. We want to hear y'all story. How it all started. How it all started. All right, y'all. We are done for tonight. We will see you guys next week. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. And thanks again for joining and being a part. Love y'all. Everybody wave say good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.